Hey ZZ Nation, Dr. Johnson here. This week I want to cover a topic that is very important to our health, and it's inflammation. Because what we're seeing now in the world of medicine is many disease processes are linked to an inflammatory process. So unfortunately, this is the basis of what we want to call creating an environment within the body that makes it very easy for disease to exist. Now, disease is an interesting term because dis-ease. Basically what it's saying is that you've created an imbalance. Things aren't in harmony within the system, which allows then processes that can take place that'll eventually lead to a lot of symptoms and a lot of processes or diseases in the body that we don't want. We want to stay as healthy as we can. And as we're ending 2017, many of us want to look at 2018, and one of the most common resolutions, and we're going to talk about this in the future, is getting healthier or maybe weight loss. And we will talk about that and ways to navigate that so that you are successful throughout that 2018 at reaching your goals and your resolutions. So one way is we want to be healthier. So if we want to be healthier, we've got to make sure that we are quelling that fire that's within us. And the fire is inflammation, okay? So how do we get inflamed? Well, it's really easy in our world today. Lack of sleep is going to lead to inflammation or inflammatory process within the body. If we're eating a diet rich in processed foods, a diet that has a tremendous amount of sugar, sugar is a very inflammatory food. And so if we're eating the quantities that most Americans do, which is somewhere close to a half a pound a day, that's very inflammatory to the body. If your body's inflamed, as I stated before, that's going to make you more acidic. If you're more acidic, it's very easy for disease to come into your system. Chronic infections, deterioration of your joints, irritation to your organs, especially to the heart. We know now that cardiovascular disease or heart disease can be very much an inflammatory issue. If it's an inflammatory issue, you want to reduce that inflammation, right? So if you want to reduce inflammation, one of the best ways to do that is to eat a diet rich in plant-based foods, okay? So a very colorful plate. You want lots of veggies, you want lots of whole fruits, and as we've always stated, you want to eat as much real food as you can. The other thing that really will help you quell inflammation or the fire within your system is drinking purified water. This is where Zija has come to the market with More Clear, which is brilliant. If you're consuming purified water like that, several glasses a day on a regular basis, you're going to be able to reduce the possibility of becoming inflamed. And if you're already inflamed, you can kind of put that fire out by drinking and purified water and staying as hydrated as you can. So again, eating as much real food as you can, staying well hydrated with purified water, and the More Clear is the best purification that I've seen out there. And then adding in high quality supplements, supplements that are very nutrient dense. This is where the moringa becomes our friend, and we're so fortunate that we're associated with the company that has brought this to market. Because it's very difficult to grow your own tree in your yard, although possible to grow a moringa tree. But then you have to harvest the leaves and you have to harvest the seeds, and you can, pretty much all of the tree can be used for health improving benefits, but the leaves are probably the biggest bang for your buck. But this is where we can facilitate this and just use the Supermix. So if you're consuming Supermix on a daily basis, you're getting a very nutrient dense supplement that is providing you with very powerful anti-inflammatory properties that will help quell that fire of inflammation within your system. And anytime you're reducing inflammation, you're going to improve your health because you're creating an environment that your immune system can work better. So we hear about our immune systems fighting disease, but it's our immune system that also moderates and navigates inflammation. Now, some inflammation can actually be good. If you're sick and you get a little inflamed, your body's trying to fight that illness. That's okay, but that's on a very brief basis while you're fighting that acute illness. Chronic illness is coming because we're inflamed on a daily basis for a long, long time. So if we can consume, as we stated, high quality and nutrient-dense supplements daily that kind of reduce this inflammation and allow our immune system to function at a better, better level, or more specifically, if our immune systems can really work the way that they're intended to, it's very difficult for the disease to exist in our bodies. So Zija Nation, in 2018, we want to keep inflammation at the lowest possible. So we're going to eat real food, we're going to stay well hydrated, we're trying to get adequate sleep, we're going to stay physically active, and then we're going to supplement our diets with high quality nutrient-dense nutrient-dense supplements. The Super Mix is probably your best choice and the best bang for your buck. Super Mix, and then Smart Mix, not a bad choice as well because of the addition of prebiotics, which is very healthy for the gut. And then any of the other products that you're looking at, some of the Ripsticks, some of the other core products, Core Prime, wonderful way to reduce inflammation is by consuming Prime daily, because that'll help you make nitric oxide, which is also a very powerful anti-inflammatory because it helps improve oxygen blood flow and carrying oxygen to the organs, specifically the brain. So Zija, consume those products daily, tell your friends about this, and you're going to improve their health, and then you're going to become a real friend. Until next week, this is Dr. Johnson.